This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent academicians, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Akansha Gupta.
Yes, sir.
Please tell something about yourself.
So myself, Akansha Gupta. I was born and brought up in Delhi only. I did my schooling from Guru Harkrishan Public School. Then I did my graduation in BSc Computer Science Honours from University of Delhi. Then I did MA in Public Administration, and currently I'm pursuing law from University of Delhi. And as a person, sir, I'm a resilient and adaptive person.
That's good. So this is the fourth attempt. So, and this is going to be first interview or earlier also you have?
First means first interview.
First interview. I see. You are doing LLB.
Yes, sir.
It is which year? It's third year already, is it?
Yes, sir.
Is it a 5-year course or 3-year course?
3-year course.
It must be the end of it. Last
Yes, yes, sir.
final year. Mm-hmm. Some campaign that Assam government is now they're running against the child marriage. Have you heard that news? Followed that news?
Sir, I heard the news that there's this campaign running against child marriage, but I'm not aware of the details of that campaign.
Okay. So I'll just tell you briefly what, and then you have to, with your knowledge of law, you can give me a reply. And what they are doing is they're sort of booking everybody under the Child Marriage Act for those who married between 14 and 18 years, and those who married below 14, they're charging them under POSCO. So this is what they're doing at present. Now, tell me, as a law person, would you see that this is a very prudent way of doing it, to stopping child marriage?
So yes, this can be a way of doing it, but if I go with the law, then any person who is below 18 years of age and is getting married, then it's a illegal thing, and each and every person who is under this who is doing this act should be treated lawfully in the same manner.
But suppose somebody marrying below 18, is the marriage illegal? Is the marriage void or voidable?
So it's voidable.
So it is not void.
Yes.
So can you charge for an offence which is voidable?
Sir, it can be charged if any of the party goes to the court.
Here nobody is going. Here nobody is going. It is being. They are putting POSCO in this to make it cognizable.
So I think this is an extreme thing to do, and in a country like us, where there is so much diversity and lot of
This is High Court. This is what High Court Guwahati said is not correct. Now, tell me, there was an amendment in UAPA, as a result of which a number of people were charged under UAPA. Where the burden of proof lies on the accused.
Yes.
According to canons of jurisprudence, do you think it is sustainable?
So in cases like the cases which we deal under UAPA are such extreme and it is against the national security, then I think in such cases and such exception cases, it is correct to fall the right that the blame the thing to prove themselves should be on accused rather than adversarial system which we follow in general.
That's right. But then there can be misuse of the provision, isn't it? What do you do for ensuring that people don't misuse it? Do you make the people accountable if they book the person wrongly?
So there can be protective measures for that, suitable access to advocate, and as well as stating the reasons for why they are being charged, and all of those mechanisms are there in place which we should follow so that there is no misuse of this provision.
But if you see the conviction figures, they show that it is being used without thinking about it.
Yes, sir. Conviction rate is low, and we should cautiously book someone under UAPA, and the preventive measures which are there in place should be followed. And if any of the police functionary or any of the part of criminal justice system is violating that, then he or she should be held accountable.
Akansha, you are from Northeast Delhi, right?
Yes, sir.
So basically Yamuna is the boundary, right?
Yes.
Yamuna is now a Nala and has been Nala since for decades that at least I have seen. What is the reason and how to improve the condition of Yamuna?
So there are various reasons. First, I'll say that Yamuna is that any river we consider as the discharge, spiritual discharge is there, and second will be industrial effluents, discharge, disposal of toxic gases and toxic chemicals in the Yamuna region, and third is encroachment of Yamuna plains, flood plains, which rejuvenate the river is there, which impact Yamuna pollution.
What steps would you take?
So steps will be that we should regulate the discharge system, we should regulate the sewerage system of the area, and urban planning should be there in such a manner that we ensure that any river body is able to maintain its own cyclical flow, and sewage treatment plants should be there, and time and again recycling as well as the cleaning of rivers should be done, and yes, encroachment should be as minimum as possible.
So next to your district there is biggest dump yard, the Gazipur dump yard. What steps should be taken to manage that dump yard or to somehow remove that dump yard?
So there are two approaches. That first we should regulate the supply of that dump yard, and second is that what we do after it is there. So first, I think there should be separation of garbage dumps in such a manner that at source only it should be separated, and so that targeted recycling of that garbage can be done. Second, waste to energy plants, which we are also doing currently, should be opted. And third is that the municipal workers should be trained in garbage disposing, and the mixture which happens and usually should be done away with.
So recently, jacket of our Prime Minister Modi was in news. Why was it in news? Just last week. It is made of some recycled product. What was that?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay. Talking to Delhi. Now, Delhi CM has recently said that the post of Lieutenant Governor is not needed. He is not elected representative. They are elected representative. Why a Lieutenant Governor should be there? What's your view on that? Should there be Lieutenant Governor, or just elected representatives should be allowed to work freely?
So my opinion is that a Lieutenant Governor should be there, because Delhi is a union territory, and control of centre in limited manner is imperative here, and Lieutenant Governor is a mechanism to ensure that central government in limited manner should be ensured.
Let me rephrase my question. Should there be a post of governor in states?
Yes, sir. because it is a bridging balance. It bridges the balance between center and states. There are a lot of situations where in our country we face very contingent situations, the external wars or internal conflicts. Then I think governor has a lot of powers for that, and for this to ensure the fabric of our constitution and country, we should have such bridging institution.
Thank you.
Hello, Akansha. I'll take forward the question on women itself. And since you have public administration as your optional, can you tell me how are women bureaucrats different from male bureaucrats?
So inherent quality of inherent difference of men and women plays a role here. The perception of women when she looks towards a particular problem is different. I read a study where it says that women is more prone to tackle the situation of drinking water in a region as compared to men. So we have this inherent thing because from the beginning itself, we are learned to be empathetic. We are learned to handle all of those situations. So that is the one thing. Second, because we are in a society where we are learned how to handle multitask, that a lot of women they have dual burden of work. So I think when women bureaucrats are there, they are more better multitaskers. We have seen that after the delivery, that women are joining roles. So I think third is all of these things make them more courageous and they are more stern decision maker. So these are.
Do you think having a woman president helps in advancing the objective of women empowerment, or is it just a formality?
So I think it is definitely a good sign, and a lot of women get motivated by such a symbol that the highest position of a country is held by a women. And I've personally seen women talking about this. So I think it is definitely a good move.
Now, in public administration, there is theories of leadership. Can you tell me a few theories on leadership?
So there are basically three theories of leadership. A is trait-related leadership, B is behavioral leadership, and 3 is contingent leadership. In trait leadership, what we see is that a person inherently has officer-like qualities, and we should capitalize on that, and we should go with that. A person who has good officer-like quality will be a good leader. And B is behavioral leadership, that by behavior, by conduct, what he does is more important rather than what he has, because we are a society where a person has this learning mindset. And C the trait contingent leadership theory, it talks about the situation, that how is the environment, how is the inputs and outputs.
Which among these do you think is most appropriate or suitable for you? What can be said about you?
About me, so
Which
I think
style of leadership would you belong to?
So I think I'm a blend of behavioral leadership.
That's a safe answer.
Behavioral leadership, sir. Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you, Akansha.
What business are your parents into?
So my parents are in trading. That we.
Okay. What? Products. Electronic trading. Okay, so we have this policy of electronic manufacturing.
Yes, sir.
What is that?
So I'm not aware of the details, but as far as I know, that we are promoting electronic manufacturing in our countries by starting by assembly, and then moving towards the indigenous manufacturing altogether. And there is incentivization by the government in terms of.
Any specific targets we have under it?
Yes, we do have, but I'm forgetting the number. And we also have production linked incentive. Yes, sir.
Okay, what is e-waste?
So any waste which is generated by the scrappage of electronic products becomes e-waste.
Example?
For example, mobile or laptop or.
Like what are the waste generated by scrapping these different objects like mobile, laptop? What do you get out of it?
Circuits, motherboards is there, and glass is there, plastic bodies.
Any type of minerals?
Yes, sir, there are rare earth materials.
So how are we dealing with e-waste in Delhi?
So we are recycling some of them, and some.
Are you sure about the policy what the government have for e-waste?
So there is that producer responsibility concept we have, that whoever produces it has to be responsible for the recycling of that raw material or the product.
Okay, Akansha, what is your definition of feminism?
So my definition of feminism is that women that I stand for feminism that which demands the society where women should be treated like a human being and should not be treated as a different gender or a second gender. We should be provided all the basic necessities and basic rights which a human being should enjoy, and that is enough.
Okay, great definition. And also tell me about your idea of India.
So my idea of India is inclusive, technology-driven, and the idea of Vasudev Kutumbakam is something which our country follows.
Okay. You have read the budget this time? What is this Saptarishi for Amrit Kal?
So there are 7 priorities which our government will be
First
following.
of all, what is Amrit Kal?
So Amrit Kal is that we'll be completing 100 years of our independence in 2047. So after celebrating 75 years of independence
Towards
till the
end.
100th.
Okay. Thank you so much.
I think you come out as a very good candidate. You are confident, the way you talk, your delivery is good, subject is also quite fine. More issues related to public administration. So Delhi, India में position of women, then international affairs, so many cases that come before the Supreme Court, electoral reforms, political reforms. All these issues are you have to read. And of course current affairs.